And he's going up against one of the two last American hopes.
And one of the greatest American players, just straight out, let's be honest.
Yes.
This is one of the greatest American players of all time. I think we're ready to talk about him in that pantheon. Claiming this Evolution title would be a feather like we've never seen. Plays a character with a lot of disadvantages, a lot of challenges. Fuudo, of course, a former Evo champion himself.
Right.
A great Virtua Fighter player, came to us from that tradition, but makes a lot of great reads, has a very strong, controlling Fei Long.
Fuudo right now is the only remaining Street Fighter 4 previous Evo champion. He's the only guy who can threaten a repeat. But Snake Eyes here, you see on the right, not only is his Zangief amazing, but because the character is not necessarily known as one of the stronger characters in this game, he has become such a huge fan favorite, not only here in just the States, but even in Japan.
That's true.
Players all over there, they all love Snake Eyes. And in fact, even at CEO, when Nishiken, Akimo, and Dunhill came, who did they say they were most impressed with? One was Smug, the other, Snake Eyes.
Yeah, very impressed, and that's a very indeed high sign of respect. And I don't know, Snake Eyes to me is sort of a really interesting study in opposites in many ways. He's a new school player, but he began on an old man's game with HDR.
That's right.
He's a top pro, doesn't play on a stick, plays on a pad.
Yep.
He's got some of the fastest reactions in the game, plays one of the slowest characters in the game. I don't know what this guy's all about, but he's reinvented Street Fighter just for him, makes Zangief look nigh unbeatable, but Fuudo, I call him the wet blanket right now. It's not the nicest name. I have a lot of respect for his play, but he does have a really smothering style that's going to be a real challenge for Snake Eyes.
Fuudo, one of the most fundamental players on the planet thanks to his Virtua Fighter background. However, you were talking about how Snake Eyes is kind of new school, yet despite being so new school, he has probably one of the greatest sets of fundamental footsie games in all of Street Fighter 4 in its current cast of players.
I'd like to call him a natural, but I don't think that's doing him enough justice. He's just smart and puts in the practice.
Savant almost.
Yeah, oh, that's very risky. Wow, finds the pile driver.
Fuudo with the missed time on that punish, so here we go. He's gonna keep himself in.
Oh, very close.
Yeah, he wanted, Fuudo tried to jump away. That's why he went with the attack right away. Oh, great read. You see what I mean? The reads from Snake Eyes.
And this is just a real test of wills. Snake Eyes dancing outside of the range of that crouching fierce, which is so dominant in this match. Between that and crouching strong and Fuudo. Oh, got him!
He wants you to play that little game because then he can surprise you.
And again!
The regular throw from Snake Eyes, and he's gonna take round one over Fuudo.
This guy is made of magic. Let's see what he can do. It's going to be a real test to get through a 3 out of 5 up against someone the caliber of Fuudo.
Yeah, well, he's got some magic, but he's going up against the Japanese Harry Potter here in Fuudo.
Wow, look at that completion. Stand far jab, it's near crouching. Neat stuff. And Fuudo not really, he's maybe being a little more conservative with his strikes in this round. But again, that same kind of very delicate dance. Wow.
But the wonderful thing about the way Snake Eyes plays Zangief is he's not obsessed with SPD. He will play footsies with you to gain your rhythm, and then he can make this big comeback after taking a bunch of damage. He's very much a burst damage momentum Zangief player.
But I will say that Fuudo, the adjustment I noticed he's made, he's attacking virtually not at all. And when he is, he's attacking not at Zangief, but into the space Zangief hopes to occupy. Exactly. That's where he's getting these interesting counter hits. So you see these strikes, they're not intended to actually make contact with Zangief. They'll only hit if Zangief also sticks something out at the same time. There we go. And that is really, this adjustment for Fuudo is really scary for Snake Eyes fans because it seems to have really shut him down.
Oh, Snake Eyes went for his standard trick, that low forward into SPD. And look at his reactions, Fuudo ready for every jump.
And Fuudo has just completely changed the game. Okay, here he is. Snake Eyes chance. Oh,
Again, Fuudo, like I said, his reactions on those jumps have been flawless so far. I don't think Snake Eyes has managed to get in from the air at all. I'd be interested to see if Snake Eyes loses this, if he would switch to Ultra 2, maybe.
I agree, that would be an interesting choice, especially because Fuudo is known as a man who, I mean, this is a strong tool of Fei Long in general, having that uppercut. Wow, he got him with the same trick again. I love it. I never get tired of it.
Oh, again, great read from Snake Eyes, getting him to burn all that meter. But Fuudo doesn't care. He says, you know what? Go ahead, burn my meter, because I'm doing all this damage through just these individual little pokes.
He might have had a chance there. One of the big changes, of course, in Ultra Street Fighter 4 is the addition of Red Focus. Is he going for it? No, he didn't have the Ultra.
He's going to save the meter. Yeah, he knew that even if he went for Red Focus, that would have been 3 meters for not a huge ton of damage.
It creates a Red Focus, would create new opportunities for Zangief. Got baited there by Fuudo. Nice stuff to him. And now, oh!
Ooh! Beautiful neutral jump roundhouse from Fuudo. Catches him right in the head.
The momentum has shifted here in this match, and Fuudo, the wet blanket, may be able to grind it out again.
But he's not safe. All Snake Eyes has to do is build a, oh no, this should be it!
Yes.
And Fuudo is gonna take game 1, despite the fact that it felt like we just played about 5 games worth of Street Fighter.
It's close, yeah. It's another delicate dance because these guys are at such a high level. So I'm really interested to see what Snake Eyes has as an answer to this non-attack. I mean, again, referring to Fuudo as a wet blanket is not supposed to be an insult so much as just a description of his play style.
Exactly.
Where it's just smothering and wants to take options away from you. And once he can force you to jump in the air, whether out of frustration or necessity, he's got those uppercuts queued up. He's known as one of the best in Japan, even by the Japanese players. Never misses an uppercut.
And the other beautiful thing is, watch very carefully where Fuudo places his distance from Zangief. There's a range where Zangief can get a jump fierce, or if he does an empty jump, the flame kick will miss.
It'll be safe, yes.
But Fuudo is never walking far enough away for him to get that distance. He doesn't want to get too close, but he also doesn't want to get too far. See that distance on screen, memorize it, because you're going to see them at that distance pretty much the entire game.
And this has really been a study in mastery of these characters as well. It's not not the most dramatic match at this moment, but all of them showing like total mastery over what we call the normal moves and their counter hit abilities versus one another. Very, very delicate stuff that comes down to pixel perfect spacing, timing, everything else. Okay, he actually is hitting with that.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of bad. Okay, here we go.
Ooh, good backdash from Fuudo, gets away. That is safe on block, those 2 EX Rekkas.
Yeah, if he spends the meter, those Rekkas will be safe. And Snake Eyes so patient, willing to take his time.
Ooh.
He might have had that opportunity with the low forward, but I think Fuudo's thrown him off of it by getting hit by it a couple of times, which Snake Eyes probably is not expecting.
Now Snake Eyes trying to let the time go, so maybe he can hit him with 1 stand short and the EX green hand.
Yeah.
And that's all he'll need.
I think that's the plan.
But too much space he gave him, yeah!
Timer scam.
Maybe he actually was just completely unaware of where the timer was.
I think this guy's too smart to have that been a possibility. He might have been looking for a chance and didn't think he had it. Maybe felt like holding the meter for this round. We'll see. Or possibly he's been lured to sleep by this dance that they've been doing for many, many rounds now.
Yep, losing track of the timer happens to the best of us. Oh, no counter again. Snake Eyes with a decent light lead. He's added a new button to his repertoire, that stand roundhouse. He hadn't used that much.
And Fuudo taking some chances now, recognizing the life deficit can be serious.
Oh, our favorite trick.
And that has been close to his biggest moneymaker here. Wow, I thought he was going for a safe jump.
Maybe he thought he was landing on the other side, not sure.
Yeah, but Fuudo finds it. Wow!
Oh, yeah.
Very bold. And he fakes it out again.
Yep.
And it's Snake Eyes. What's he got for the follow-up? Cross up? No.
Oh, and he chases down the backdash. He just waited for it, saw it, walked in, and punished perfectly. Low short into EX.
Great reaction from the crowd here. Such patience. Looking for those backdash. Backdash, of course, invulnerable for the first 8 frames. Fei Long's particularly good, very short. Usually a safe escape option for Fei Long, especially against slower characters like Zangief. But due to the mental strength of Snake Eyes, able to hunt that down and get a nice punish on that to close out round 2 of game 2. And Snake Eyes really needs to put one on the board. You don't want to be down 2-0 against Fuudo. This is going to be an important round.
Fuudo spending all of his meter there for some safe chip. He wants to see.
Oh no!
Oh, great backdash. He knew he was going to go for that little okey-doke.
And that was a critical moment in the match. All of Snake Eyes' meter now spent, or nearly all. Went for the green hand. He didn't find it. He was looking for that red focus into Ultra.
But you have to admire one thing about Snake Eyes, his patience. He noticed jumping hasn't been working, and he has not jumped since then.
I think round 1 or maybe round 2. I don't. Yeah, he's basically giving it up.
Outside of after knockdowns, he's just been walking. There's the jump. But see, that's from that range.
That's the safe range, yeah.
Yep.
And this is
Oh, that's punishable.
Very difficult to describe how hard this is for Snake Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Like Fei Long's normals, he's using a variety of them, but just crouching strong and crouching fierce are so powerful in addition to that standing jab. So powerful, so safe.
Yeah,
Wow.
Snake Eyes had to start jumping. There was just no time left on the clock.
And really impressive stuff from Fuudo, going up a solid 2-0 and making it look more than the 2-0 lead on the board. Yeah, he just looks like a wall. He is just an immovable wall.